close tie between two species. And there are three categories of symbiosis that you need to know about. Parasitism, commensalism, and mutualism. And I'm sure you know about parasitism. That's the most common one. What is a parasite? How can you define parasite? Go on. Yeah, but like we don't consider bacteria a parasite, you know, or something that causes it doesn't. So some things can cause an illness, but they're not parasites. Antonio?
An organism that takes energy from the other animal that's implanted on.
Okay. Often it takes energy from another species living in or on it. So in a parasitic relationship, one organism benefits and the other is harmed. So the parasite is benefiting, it's getting something positive out of the relationship, usually food, or maybe a breeding space, or transportation. It's getting something. But in this process, the parasite, the host, is harmed in some way. It's damaged.
Like when a tick takes a
Yeah, like a tick. We talked about back when we were talking about invertebrates, various types of worms, tapeworms, heartworm, roundworm. So these are parasites, which, like the tapeworm, gets inside of a person, attaches into their digestive tract. As the person eats, the tapeworm absorbs some of those nutrients. Okay? And that harms them. As the tapeworm reproduces, it starts to take more and more energy. It can clog up the digestive tract. So those are negative effects. The tapeworm, however, is benefiting. It's getting a place to live. It's getting a constant source of nutrition. A flea and a dog. I'll show you another example in a minute. But those are parasitic relationships. The next one is called mutualism. And mutualism is a relationship when both of the organisms benefit in some way. They both get something positive out of the relationship. You know, there's the Nile crocodile. And I think that's the Egyptian plovers in there. But anyway, the Nile crocodile is a ferocious predator, carnivore, basically anything it can capture. However, it will open its mouth regularly and allow this little bird to walk into its mouth, crawl around, or peck around in its mouth, and it never eats it. That's the question. So this is a mutualistic relationship. They've evolved to have this cooperative relationship. What does the bird get? Food. Yeah, pecks around the crocodile's teeth, gets any bits of food that are sort of left over. And what does the crocodile get?
Clean teeth.
Yeah, clean teeth that are less prone to infection.
So it's like a crocodile's toothbrush?
Yeah, basically it's better than ours. So again, they've evolved to have this mutualistic relationship. A sea anemone and a clownfish. Clownfish can go into the sea anemone, okay, and can use it as protection because it's nematocysts, ward off predators. But what does the anemone get?
Get some company.
Get some bits of food that the clownfish will bring in and so forth. Now, commensalism is a last relationship, and commensalism is a relationship in which one organism benefits, but the other is not really affected either way. It's not harmed, but it's also not hurt. For example, barnacles, these invertebrates, often will attach to a whale, to its flipper, to its side, and kind of hitch a ride through the ocean, filtering out food. And so the barnacle benefits, but it doesn't hurt the whale. It doesn't help it either, but it doesn't hurt it. That's a commensalism relationship. A robin living in a tree. You know, the robin lives in the tree, uses it, it benefits, but the tree's not affected either way. So that's commensalism.
Wait,
All right.
wasn't done.
So some examples here. This is a fish. This is a lake trout. These are lamprey. A lamprey is a parasitic fish, a jawless fish. It has a mouth, a round mouth shaped like a suction cup with rows of very sharp teeth around it. Its tongue has teeth on it. Basically, they are like a very large leech. They attach to the side of a large fish. They use their tongue to drill a hole into the side of the fish and live off of its blood. Remember I told you when I went on Lake Champlain in that fishing boat in college, some of the fish we caught some lamprey in there. And our professor took it. It looks like kind of an eel. They had an elongated body, and he put it on like his rubber apron he was wearing and kind of suctions on and tries to get at it. Sometimes some of the lake trout we caught had big wounds in them where the lamprey was no longer attached, but they still had this wound. Again, the lamprey benefits, but the fish is obviously harmed.
What's a lamprey?
This is the lamprey.
Oh, that's a rope.
Nope, that's the lamprey.
That's its leg.
The lamprey? They don't have legs, they're fish.
Oh, I
It's
thought
suction on.
the fish was the fish.
No, these are the lamprey.
Fish having
This is, I think, a trout.
Oh, nasty.
Here we have barnacles on the flipper of a whale. Again, commensalism. The barnacle's going to rise, it doesn't hurt the whale. This is sea fish, a sea anemone and clownfish. This is a termite. What do termites eat? Wood. However, termites alone have no ability to digest wood. Almost no animals can digest cellulose in wood. But they have a mutualistic relationship with a tiny bacteria that lives inside of their digestive tract. And when they chew up the wood, the bacteria does have the enzyme to digest it, and it does. So the termite gets some nutrients out of that after the bacteria digests.